Boxing on TYT Sports, Canelo Alvarez absolutely obliterated Amir Khan's chin on Saturday night. But until that point, it was up for debate because I actually thought Khan might have been winning that fight, at least by score. But when you script these things, right, so rarely is boxing so scripted to the point where before the fight began, it pretty much was going to be, can Canelo handle Khan's speed, which he had? Can Khan take a punch from a guy he had to step up, as you're going to mention, 2 weight classes? Canelo figured out his speed, left his chin open, and then he went to the hospital.
Yeah, it played into, like, the internet erupted in the Khan haters. So, by the way, I'm not a big fan of Amir Khan, right? But I give the guy some respect in this scenario because the glass jaw, like, there was actually people just making memes out of it. He's been knocked down. Like, that punch would have taken out anyone who jumped up 2 weight classes. Anyone. I'm telling you, anyone. That punch was powerful.
Would have taken out anybody in his weight class.
That was just, so it's not Khan's glass jaw that I'm saying this is down to. It's Khan's inability to defend and keep his jaw somewhat covered because he's going to take a punch from Canelo. I mean, it was expected. You can't run away from him. You can't run and hide for the full majority of the fight. But for me, it was as I tweeted out, I was like, people just saying, there's the glass jaw again. No, that was just his inability to counterattack and defend himself when throwing punches. And Canelo, he's heavier. He's a heavier fighter, as you said before. Like, it can jump 2 weight classes, which I give him respect to, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But that punch it's expected to do the damage. It reminds me a lot to what happened with Conor McGregor. Like, one clear punch from Nate Diaz, it holds so much more significance when you're fighting a heavier man, a man who's fought at that weight class. And Amir Khan, I think he's brave for taking that fight, but this was scripted. I think any punch that was going to land on Amir Khan, it might not have knocked him out, but any punch was going to do some damage.
Yeah, at least with that power. I liked Canelo cut the ring off real quick. I shouldn't say real quick, but quicker than I expected. I thought the fight might have gone a little bit longer, 8 or 9 rounds, before some of those punches would connect. But when Canelo started backing Khan into the corner and really slowing him down compared to the first 2-3 rounds of the fight, big punches to the body, which really started to wear down Amir Khan.
So the thing is that I wanted to discuss is Amir Khan is like, this just allowed for the naysayers just to come out and be like, serves you right, talking a big game. You never even took the fight in England because everyone wants to see him fight Kell Brook, which I would love to see.
I want to see him
fight But the thing
Kell
is
Brook.
about this, Jason, is what I was going to say is that he's still going to fight Kell Brook. But if he fought Kell Brook and lost, I don't think he would have got this fight against Canelo Alvarez. And I don't criticize Amir Khan with his ambition. We need more ambition in the world of boxing. We need more fighters who are willing to be very Gennady Golovkin-esque and Amir Khan-esque in terms of, I'll take that fight. 2 weight classes, no problem, because Amir Khan is ambitious. I don't think he's necessarily in boxing for all the right reasons. I think he loves his name being in lights. I think he loves the whole Vegas atmosphere. I think he loves coming across to the United States. He was always singing from the rooftops, I can fight Pacquiao, I can fight Mayweather. Well, he would have got his ass handed to him by those two as well. But he wanted this fight because this is a big fight. It delivered in emphatic fashion. We had speed, we had power, we had a head-to-head, we had 2 boxers willing to throw punches to each other, which was refreshing. And now Amir Khan can go back to England. Yeah, maybe his tail will be between his legs a little bit, but he seemed to respond pretty well. He knew what he was in for. He's going to go back to England and he'll fight Kell Brook. And nothing would have been different. He got his chance to make a name for himself across in the States, which he's always wanted to do. He's fought some big fighters over here. And I don't discredit him for it. He may be you might say he's a money grabber, he's a fame chaser, but why not in the world of boxing? Promoters control everything. Amir Khan is one of the few fighters I believe that's actually trying to call his shots. No, I want to fight in the United States first. I want to fight a big name fighter across there, get the big money from Vegas. I'll come back and fight Kell Brook. It's not fair to Kell Brook because he's knocking on the door here. I'm ready to fight you, and they don't like each other. It's got all the ingredients for a good fight, but I don't blame Khan for that.
No, not at all. I actually agree with you on all those points, especially when it comes to ambition in boxing. But again, the money's still there. That's what people forget so quickly is that, like, the money still absolutely trumps the UFC. It's just a product. And the difference, though, is when you get thunderous knockouts like that of Amir Khan and Canelo Alvarez, or the hype that's going to eventually lead to, and it absolutely should, because it seems like Canelo now wants to fight Triple G. And Triple G would fight a hyena in the ring if he can. He'd fight a cheetah, a leopard. It doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, he's ready.
He'd fight literally anything. So After the fight, well, actually, let's get to some Twitter reaction. We have a few of those. I think I have 5 tweets. Canelo KOing a weak chin Khan appears to be giving him the belief, confidence that he can now slay GGG. This is a really good point because Canelo Alvarez is rarely ranked on BoxRec, or well, now he is ranked in top 5 pound for pound guys, up there with Golovkin. But there, at times you think that Canelo does have this confidence, and it's a different fight.
Oh, no doubt.
Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez will not be nearly as, and I don't want to say easy out of disrespect for Khan, but once Canelo figured out Khan, it became easy.
That's a good point.
You're not going to figure out Golovkin that quickly, and there's a good chance you could be on the floor once you do.
The best thing about that point is it's kind of funny the way boxing works. I think it was harder for Canelo Alvarez to adjust to Amir Khan.
Yeah.
Because it's just sheer
He hasn't
speed.
seen it.
It's speed. He's not faced it before. It's not what Canelo likes. Canelo is fighting GGG, and it's probably right up his alley in terms of this is going to be haymaker after haymaker. We're going to be going at each other because they both get technique, don't get me wrong, but they both love to go face to face and to throw some blows. But the difference between that is even if Canelo tried to do that with Amir Khan's got too much speed. He probably wouldn't be able to catch him as quickly as he thought he would have. Whereas going up against GGG, in terms of his training, it's not going to be as hard of an adjustment. But the punches are going to come in a lot harder. He's going to go for the body a lot more, and it's going to be harder to receive those punches than it would be to maybe adjust to an Amir Khan.
I just don't know how you're going to withstand that. It's power versus power. I just don't know how you can withstand that much from GGG.
Yeah.
Again, but GGG hasn't fought anybody necessarily like Canelo Alvarez, so that's going to be a great, great fight. We have way more, though. We have way more. We have more Twitter reaction. Triple G's the last man standing in the ring, still smiling. Again, it's so great to see them trash-talking each other. I know the clip on Facebook did really well. Keep going. We have a couple more, I think. Yeah, well, crying Jordan. I have to. It's not like
It needs to be...
You put me in charge of gathering the tweets, there's going to be a crying Jordan meme in every single time we do this.
Is that Amir Khan?
No, it's Max Kellerman.
Oh, is it Max? I didn't see it.
No, that's a guy. I'm just joking. Moving forward. The guy interviewing him. This is who Canelo knocked out. Talk to me when GGG fight is signed. Canelo, a.k.a. Clash Joe. Poor Mike Tyson's punch out. Next. Really was class. I actually like this. Canelo to check on Khan after almost knocking his head off completely.
Yeah, that was
it actually was. He sat down. I think he prayed next to him, and I think Khan gave him like a wink or just like a thumb up real quick, like, I'm alive. I'm going to make it.
And that is...
Nice punch, man.
That's a good test. He's a classy guy. I mean, I know he's trash-talking back and forth with GGG, which is just as a means to sell the fight. But he's a classy professional, and especially what happened in recent times with Chris Eubank Jr. and his opponent that went into a coma. That is a harsh reality of boxing. I thought that was a really classy touch. Like, not even celebrated. As soon as it happened, he realized that was an emphatic punch. He went down hard. He quite literally knocked the snot out of him. If you see my slow motion Twitter, the snot is apparent. It's kind of disgusting, but it just shows the force of him.
I guess we'll leave you with this. Do you think that GGG is a god?
Francis? I don't know.
No, but he doesn't either. So take a look at this video.
No, this is not a big surprise for me. Canelo's Canelo, you know. It's more respect to Khan. He wants a middleweight division. You know, everybody understands Canelo. He needs middleweight. You know, middleweight fighter. So if you fight Canelo, what happens? I don't know. I'm not God. I want this fight.
I don't know. I'm not God. I don't know. But, I mean, he's just so excited. It's so great. I don't think anybody loves boxing as much as Triple G does.
Yeah, he loves his life that he's got to live. And he's taking it on the chin. Step by step.
Comment below what you think about Canelo versus, hopefully, GGG. And, of course, what you thought about Amir Khan versus Canelo Alvarez. Like us on Facebook. Like us on Twitter. Like us on YouTube.
Just like us in general.